Hello, and welcome to this new episode of the. What are we doing?
We just saying.
Yes, the Just Saying podcast. With me is Mellow Cream.
Yep.
Ash,
Yay.
and I am Costa the Creator. And today we have a very interesting topic. There was actually a debate on whether to do it or not. But anyway, we managed to gather the courage to do it.
Yep.
So the episode today, we're talking about cheating, infidelity, but more of what to do on both sides. What to do, kana wabatwa, one, if you're caught. And two, what to do when you catch your partner cheating.
In a compromising position.
Gentlemen, tell us.
Tabi over you.
All right. Define cheating.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be...
Because I've spoken to a lot of guys,
yeah.
whether it's over drinks or even at church, and it seems there's just so many definitions.
Look, I think, despite that, I think let's just assume we're using the least definition and the extreme definition.
Okay.
We're all agreeing that there's such a thing called infidelity or cheating.
Right.
Whether it's flirting is cheating or it's actually being caught in the act of in a sexual act.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now, let's talk about. Let's assume we agree on the definition.
Okay, but you know what? Melo's is on a wavelength that I'm trying to understand also. But at the same time, I get, okay, if you and your partner, right, agree on the rules of engagement in terms of what cheating is, I think
discussion.
No, okay, wait, because Zachi, what happens is like this. Men generally don't think flirting is cheating. I'll be honest with you. Most guys will think, but it's harmless.
Guys,
but it's harmless.
Are we talking about you as the guy flirting, or you're talking about your wife flirting? If you caught your wife like flirting with another person, would you be okay with that? Like
you see, that's the thing I'm trying to say.
I wouldn't be, but I wouldn't call it cheating. But there's a high chance that my wife would call it cheating.
You see, okay. Let me put it this way.
But the problem now for me is. If you're catching someone flirting, what makes you think that what you're seeing is the first encounter?
Okay. So, okay. Before we go for the reason why I'm saying that you have to define your levels of cheating to each other, guys, because I'm telling you now. If you're very right, if it was the shoe was on the other foot, I'll be like, I don't agree with that.
Honey.
But by nature, guys are just like that. By nature,
Flirtatious or cheaters?
Maybe
flirtatious.
Maybe a bit of both.
Cheaters.
I'll be honest with you. The majority of men who don't cheat, apparently, and a man is only as faithful as his opportunities. Apparently. But at the same time, we try hard not to. It's not like a natural thing for a guy not to cheat.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. I'm saying it as it is. It's not a natural. Those who don't cheat, it's the willpower. It's like a lot of willpower because in this day and age.
That's why a man gets more cross when they find their wife or their girlfriend cheating. Because apparently, like you said, for us, it comes more natural and you try harder not to. But for women, it's the opposite, where it doesn't come natural. So when she then makes an effort to.
Are we assuming traditional roles, guys, or because men cheat with women? So what are you saying?
Okay.
It's not depend on Indiana. Let me tell you this. Don't start with the women being all for women right now, man.
No,
remember,
I'm
this is a
saying
male
kuti
podcast, man.
takafanana.
Are you at not fanana mdara?
They all cheat.
Let me
We
tell you
all
this.
cheat.
Even though we cheat with men, right?
What?
With women. Listen. Even though we cheat with women are not naturally built to do that. That's what I heard biologically. Kuti, biologically, it's just we have to spread our seed.
Toxic masculinity.
Listen to me. Biologically, we have to spread our seed, and that's biology. That's why there's 2 ovaries and
That's how
20 million
starts.
20 million sperms for each 2 ovaries. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So what are you saying? She's allowed to have at least 2 options.
All right. I once saw a stat online, but these are American stats, so it's not global. But so it was one of these ladies on social media, and she says that there were actually stats that were done when I was doing research on the other topic that we did on DNA testing. That's when I found those stats. There is, I think, 52% of women, this was in America, cheat as compared to 48% of men. So this guy, philosopher, was actually saying that women tend to cheat more than men. But because of our society is, men, even when they find out, they don't speak much about it as compared to women and how they go, men are the same, men are doing this, men are doing that. And it appears that it's the men that do the most cheating.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Going back to what you're saying.
What to do?
Okay, let's just say we've defined, like you said, we've defined this is cheating. First and foremost, there's something about I saw this actually, do you know this? Do you remember that flick in Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? What is it called? Where they had that weird secret. Yeah, guys, that flick it made me
Eyes wide shut.
Eyes wide shut. There's this scene. Sorry to digress. There's this scene where Tom Cruise's character cheated on Nicole Kidman, right? And he had it in his head that
She
you know
had
what?
cheated.
No, in his head he said he thought she would never cheat on him, and he was thinking to himself he's more special than she is. To say, you know what? I'm sorry, but this is what men do. What? And then she broke down to him, bruh. She told him some other level,
Next level.
Male
This is the problem with females,
genitalia
I guess.
cut off kind of scenario where she said, "This guy, do you remember that day when we went
That
on
whole vacation.
that guy, that captain, that was the captain of the ship.
If he had just
If he had
asked
just
me,
asked me, I would have left you and the kids forever. If you had just said, come with me,
yeah.
bruh."
Yeah.
That's next.
yeah.
So that kind of cheating level, you see, men cheat for physical.
Yeah.
They cheat because they wanna bust a nut. I'm just gonna say it.
But
Mainly-
it's not
mainly.
always the case. I remember in
It's not always the case.
one of the episodes you actually mentioned.
Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Quote
you were
me
watching a show
Mm.
about listening to a show, the Tilda,
Mm.
and these small houses were calling and saying sometimes men just need companionship.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but at the end of that, you're gonna.
I think
Not all the time.
we work on assumptions so much. We assume that women are not looking for physical affection sometimes. You know, those one night stands too.
They do
And
probably.
just, you know,
Okay.
crazy
Uh,
stuff.
I'll go first.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I feel like this topic is important is you find out that people get emotional.
Mm.
And when people get emotional, I think there are 3 sets of options.
Mm.
1 is do nothing. 2 is harm yourself. 3 is harm the other person.
Mm.
You know.
Mm.
And for me, I feel like the best in both cases, say 1 wabatwa and 2 wabata.
Mm.
I think in that moment, it's best to walk away. Don't wait and try and have reasonable discussions to say,
No.
why is this wazo? Just
Walk
walk
away.
away. Put your tail between your legs and just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
If wabata, then make sure you have a V11 for the discussion that happens after,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a picture or whatever it is, so that when you do have the discussion, because I feel like two things will happen after with your partner. Either they value your relationship and want to work it out, or they're like, you know what, if this anyway, you know,
Right.
and do whatever you feel like doing. So you then now need to then make the decision afterwards. Good, okay, which after what type of person are they? Because you can have the V11, but if the person is saying "if you," what's the use?
What's the point of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because nice news, guys. These things are quite difficult because it just depends on your maturity and your. It depends on what you got into contract about. Because I'll be honest with you. Me and my wife, we had this discussion from the moment we started. Seriously.
Kantibata.
Yeah. I put my deal breakers. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if this, then don't expect me coming back. I'm not coming back. Don't even think about even trying to even try. You understand? Then there's this. Maybe we can talk about this one, but that, no, never. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that were in probably your previous traumas. That then you said, you know what, I'll never want to get myself into a situation like this ever again. Yeah. And then you tell your partner, if you're gonna mess me up for life, this is what you will do to me. Don't do this to me. So if they then go ahead and do that, there's no coming back.
You know what?
There's no coming back.
I feel like, in theory, that is ideal, but in practice, I've seen situations where it happens, but it's not the end. People build back up, and it's even stronger than before.
It happens.
I'll give you an example. There's what's his name? Tibet. This gospel singer.
Tibet.
Yeah, Tibet. Yeah. He had it was quite, it was broadcasted everywhere, so it wasn't like a secret. His wife cheated on him with I think it was a choir master in the church or something like that, and he was the pastor of the church, and it really crushed him. They went through a lot, and they broke up and all, and they still got back together and forgave each other, and started afresh. And this was actually a public, situation type of thing.
Wasn't that for TV, bro?
I don't think it was.
But
it wasn't.
It
for
happened.
TV. It actually happened.
It happens.
He wasn't as famous as the Jay-Z's and whatever.
Do you know what?
There was no social media.
For me, I think for that to happen, what would have happened in the moment of someone discovering is very critical, because if you are quick to self-harm and you don't have someone to talk to, game over. I mean, someone's committed suicide. I've seen videos online where, guy rolls up with his boys, they kill someone,
reacting to a cheating situation.
Yeah. So for me, I really do feel like in the moment, once Rango Itika, walk away. Well, don't try and explain. Don't try and understand.
When you say walk away, do you
walk
say
away
take
from
time
from that situation?
Take time to think about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think walk away from that situation.
Or from that situation.
Unless,
yeah.
But look, because there's two sides of the equation, I think. Because you can either have because there's a third person who are not talking about. We don't know what Akaita say. Maybe that person is a psycho also.
Or the person who you're
cheating with. Yeah, you or she cheating with. And then you want to start a beef with someone. Hey, what? And then they'll beat you up for sleeping with your own.
That is messed up, though.
That's messed up.
But it happens, though. It happens,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get what you mean. Oh, okay. I'm getting from the point where you're saying when you then discover it and it's live, get away from that situation.
Yeah.
Don't get
Get a
involved.
V11 before you
take
leave.
time out.
Don't
Speak to some people.
Yeah, because if you don't do that, but then don't speak to the wrong people at the same
That's
time.
the other thing.
Because they're
That is the
gaslighters.
other thing.
Because if I come to Melo and like, yo, I saw this, and like,
Yeah.
yo, what the hell?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I used to be against the whole the company you keep thing, but lately I've been seeing it, especially we're all married, yeah, and especially in my marriage, I've realized that being friends with guys like you who are married, and even my brothers and the like, and some uncles, a bunch of uncles of mine that I always speak to, it so much helps because there's nothing new under the sun. You know, when I have issues or whatever, when I walk away and take time to sit with those guys, the way they break it down for me, it's still, but if I was to speak to maybe
you're single.
If I was to speak to the 30-year-old me, because I remember when a friend of mine went through an issue like that, you know, and his wife, he'd called his wife or someone. I was that guy who would say, F her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do this, do that. Come on, you're good looking. You got lots of chicks that like you and all this stuff. And this guy's got kids and everything. You don't know what he's going through and what it means for him to walk away from the wife and 3 children that he has so much
invested so much time and effort.
But you're talking as a 30-year-old single guy, and they're like,
yeah, you can leave that
this
alone,
is
man.
BS.
Yeah,
Which is
nonsense.
nothing but tricks and hoes.
You know what I'm saying? you start playing some gangster music.
You know, but you don't know, you know.
Nah, it ain't
Anyway,
gonna work.
okay, the reason why I find this quite sensitive with the whole cheating thing, I've got a friend of mine, okay, it's an uncle of mine, my mom's brother. We're really close, so I go to him for advice for a lot of things. So we're just taking a drive this other time, and we're talking about how, you know, I got lady friends and so forth. And he's like, you know what? Sometimes it's quite dangerous. It's walking on thin ice. He then told me about his friend he was really close to, this lady friend, same age, you know, he was already married with 3 kids. And he said every weekend, it's either they'll have coffee or they'll go for a beer together. You know, the kind of woman who's got you've got like intelligent conversation with the same industry.
My excuse,
they would get along so well. Then after about a year, this woman says to him, you know, they never did anything, you know. So in his mind, it was not cheating. This woman then says to him, you know what, bruh? I think we need to call off this friendship. I can't keep hanging with you like this.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, we've known each other since we were like 12. You know, cool. And she said, I feel like you're cheating on your wife with me.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, what kind of cheating? He said, there's what's called emotional cheating. A woman can forgive sometimes if you cheat physically.
Do you know
But if you cheat on her emotionally like this, that's actually more dangerous. She's most likely to leave because the stuff you talk to me about, I'm more like your best friend.
Do you know what? I feel like in that situation, this chick was trying to draw this guy out to make a choice, not necessarily to say, because the thing is, cheating is cheating, guys. Whether you caught someone my message down, or you caught them pants down. I'm telling you.
Because they stopped hanging and everything. And it's like, I never saw it like that.
There's an episode I think we spoke about Nyadze flirting. And where it's like having prolonged looks, you know. And I feel like with what you're describing, she wanted to know where she stood. And I feel like it was something she used to prompt a discussion. Okay, what are we doing?
Where's this going?
You
know that question, right?
I know that question. We will love that question.
You know, where's this going?
Also,
it wasn't.
So if he had then said,
because the thing is, I'm assuming these are adults. She's not
they're
dumb.
adults. They're adults in their 40s.
She's not dumb.
These guys are in their 40s. Both of them.
She's not dumb. She's not dumb. They're literally having an affair, even though if it's not physical. She knows. It's just that maybe he doesn't realize.
Because he thought the same way, like I hang with Ash every other weekend, it's the same way.
But I ain't got no titties though, bro.
Guys,
I got no titties though, bro. I'm just saying.
I know, yeah, but
Hey, I'm just saying.
no, okay. You know why I kind of like agree to that. There has been moments where I've even had these situations where even a wife or a girlfriend will get jealous of even your sister because you seem to
That's
be more
different.
emotionally attached
That's different.
to this person.
That's different. If
Yeah.
ukata
So it's like
sama-
you're also cheating.
if you look at situations like you're describing, what tends to happen is with people who we are close to, they tend to affect our decision making. And you'll find that you know when your partner has been talking to someone because you know how your partner generally
Their thought process.
yes. And then when they say something, you can kind of pick it out.
Chapa kunaningisha.
Exactly. And you even know. you even know the person.
This is the
That naswambotara na. That's
yeah. So okay, so in terms of the what to do, I think we've established, and it could just walk away from the
Walk
situation.
away from the situation.
That's one.
That's one.
Get a good person to talk
Get a
to.
good person to talk to.
Yeah,
Step two.
yeah, and I think another thing that you may want to do is okay, not to blame the victim. You must also self-introspect. Say, okay, in what way have I caused this?
But
wait.
Victim shame.
No, wait. I'm saying, if you are beating your wife every day and making her feel worthless every day, telling her she ain't jack and all that, then she cheats. You kind of had it coming.
I
No,
disagree.
that's victim shaming.
I disagree.
It's your fault, nigga. I'm being for real. If you're beating your wife
That's
every
blaming
day,
the victim.
okay, let me put it to you this way. If it was reverse the roles. Reverse the roles.
No, I don't
If you were
condone,
ga-
I
wait.
don't condone abuse and all that
Wait,
stuff.
if you were a guy, every day, every time you come into the house, look at this guy. And I'm married, Blazui. This is your wife saying this shit to you. In front
Probably
of
a lot of men who are going through that right now.
That's abuse.
That's
but
like
then if that guy
90%,
wait,
that's a percent of men.
right, if that guy then cheats, is it his fault?
Guys, for me,
We must be listen.
this is how
You must be responsible for the energy you bring within a relationship.
No,
you must,
I
guys.
disagree.
We are all accountable to
disagree.
our actions.
We're all-
Yes, that's what
we're
I'm
all
saying.
You
accountable.
made the decision. You made the choice
To do
that-
what?
To cheat, because if you can wake up every day, dress up,
Yeah.
make sure you bath, brush your teeth,
Yeah.
get to work on time.
Yeah.
That is a choice.
I get it.
That is
but,
a choice.
But you
Cheating
cannot
is the
ignore.
same.
You cannot ignore the environment
I'm
within
with
the cheating
Costa.
happens.
We could have spoken about it. We could have spoken
You
about
can't
it.
I'm
No,
with
no,
Costa
Ash,
on this one.
Ash,
You can't. You
I'm
can't
with Costa on
ignore
this
the
one.
environment
No,
because
no.
you created it.
No, I don't
created the
agree.
environment.
Costa on this one.
We could have
The
had a
toxicity is
discussion.
created.
No.
Toxicity is created
No,
remember
within
what?
an environment.
Remember what even Kevin Samuels was
excuse.
always going on about people not wanting to be accountable of certain situations. You know,
I'm saying to you, I'm going to the extreme.
yeah.
I-
I get your extreme. I totally
I'm
get it.
saying
You are responsible for
I
your
totally get
decision.
your
okay,
extreme.
but at the end of the day, if I cheat on you because you've been beating my ass,
No.
Wait.
We could have had a discussion about it.
what discussion on you beating me?
No.
What are you talking about?
Wait.
Report
Tell
to
me
the police, maybe.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
There are options.
Guys, you
Or
can't.
spoken to
it's
the
like-
or spoken to
don't
the
be-
mom or the
Okay,
sister.
let me
There are
ask you this.
options,
Let me
yeah.
ask you this.
Yeah.
So cheating is worse than you beating me every day.
I don't get it.
So you're saying that it's okay for me to you'll castigate me for cheating, but you
Both-
beating me.
both-
Wait, that's
both
the point.
things are bad.
Both are
Both
bad.
things are
Which
bad.
one is worse?
Ashna Basa, it's all bad.
Aiwa,
So
It's
aiwa.
all
two
bad.
wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah.
Aiwa, they
It's
don't.
all bad.
Two wrongs don't
They,
make it
they
right.
It's all
don't.
bad.
They don't. But I need you to see this perspective. The environment you create. Don't.
No.
Do you know what, Kap?
No.
If let me put it to you another way.
Uh,
If your wife was to leave you because of marry, whose fault is that?
it's her choice. It's not anyone's fault. It's a choice.
Guys, you're being naive here.
Ah,
You're being naive. Why I'm
It's
saying
a
you're
choice.
being naive. Let me put it to you this way.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, you must take responsibility for the energy you bring to any
All right.
situation.
Whose fault is it then? If
Whose
a wife leaves because you don't
oh,
have
no,
money?
man.
Whose fault is it?
Yes.
It's your fault. Because magawirirana kuti indofana ngendine mari. Anditi? Whose fault is it? Magapanana ma inzwaika guys. Why are you not making the effort to make sure shit is happening?
How do you know this guy's not trying?
No, we try. We work hard, bruh. No, this shit is
whatever.
hard.
We don't eat
This shit is
tries,
hard.
boss.
And,
we
and-
eat
no,
results.
and you know
You
what?
understand what I'm saying?
Especially about money. Money is also relative.
Guys.
You know, bringing $100 home to somebody is actually okay. This
Depends
guy
which
is cool.
somebody is.
But to somebody, you gotta bring $5,000 home.
Huh?
To somebody, you gotta bring $5,000
If
home.
that was your agreement in the beginning with you and your missus,
Guys,
then
we all married here. Women evolve and they change.
we all do.
$100 at some point will be okay. Then after some time,
What I'm trying to say is this.
yeah.
You cannot divorce the fact that the environment creates cheating or no cheating.
No, do you know what,
No.
Ash?
It does.
We're running
Ash,
away from
Ash.
accountability.
No. Wait, let me put it to you this way.
So, to what
okay,
extent
okay.
does a person take account for their actions?
That's the same.
Because what you're
what
saying,
you're saying
can
is
I
that-
give an example?
Give me an
If
example.
someone gets raped
Yeah.
and they happen to be wearing a
Yeah.
miniskirt, you're saying it's your fault. Why were you wearing a miniskirt?
No, that's not it.
It's the
Please.
same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
That's what you're saying.
Created an environment.
No.
Yeah, you created a conducive environment.
Listen to me. If
Yeah.
if you're gonna wear a short miniskirt and then pass through a prison where they are convicted
Yes,
criminals, you
you're not
understand?
supposed to rape. The law does
Yeah,
not
I
say.
know
the
that.
law does not make an
But-
That's
exception
it.
to
But-
say no.
but-
If you're wearing a
but
2-inch skirt,
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
you are allowed to be raped.
But do not then say, "Guti, it's not my. I did not contribute to making that
Alright.
happen.
Okay.
I could have not
All right.
gone there."
Okay, you know
You
what?
understand
Okay,
what
let
I'm
me
saying?
let me give you an example.
Why go through a prison?
Let me give you an
You don't
example,
have a miniskirt?
All
Why
right.
would you do
let me,
that?
let me give you an example. Let me give you an
No,
example.
no.
Hakuna.
How many times don't you know of guys who they've got supposedly, because it's relative, a really sweet wife, great wife,
Yeah.
great mother,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everything seems to be okay,
Yeah.
but they're always going out and got like 3-4
Let me
side
tell you
items
this.
all the time, and it's not because the wife actually created an environment where
There's something lacking. Everybody
No.
cheats. There's something lacking when
people
someone
gotta
cheats.
be made
People cheat
accountable.
for different reasons.
That's what I'm saying.
Ash.
But
Sometimes it's
some of it-
culture.
I
some
know
of it-
I know women in with really nice guys
Yeah.
that do not beat them up, that
But-
show up, that give money, that
But you
do
see now,
their best,
Chinzwaka,
but
Chinzwaka.
they'll
They'll still cheat.
or
Wait,
shit.
let me
They
tell you
will
why.
still
Let me
cheat.
tell you why. I'll give you a reason.
No, people gotta be
Let
held
me-
accountable.
No. Let me tell you why they don't cheat.
Yeah.
Because he's doing too much. He's doing too
Ah,
much.
you can't win, guys.
So you can't win then.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. I got dumped by this girl when I was younger.
Yeah.
This girl got the reason why she dumped me is because I was too nice. That wasn't what she wanted from me. What she wanted from me was a man who did certain particular things.
So you're to blame.
I'm to blame.
No.
Let me tell you
No,
why.
she a hoe.
No.
She's not a hoe.
She a hoe.
No one
Listen.
is to blame here.
Listen, you're not understanding
who
what I'm
you
saying.
are and
You
what
decide-
she
okay.
wanted didn't match.
Let-
It doesn't
let-
mean
let
that
me-
she's
let-
wrong.
let me put it
Doesn't
to you
mean
this
that
way.
you're wrong.
I like
Okay,
that.
Yeah.
if
I like
you're
that.
gonna be with someone, you're gonna take them as they are. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You cannot then say to yourself, "Kuti, no, Munu, I did not know about them." When you knew about them from the get-go, Kuti, this is what they are. Do you understand?
Sometimes we're great at masking.
No. I'm saying that you know your girl. When you
Ah,
chuffed her,
guys.
wait, when you chuffed your girl, she was a cheerleader, right?
Guys,
Listen to me. She was a cheerleader.
Uh-huh.
And you knew she was a cheerleader, and you knew all the boys liked the milk. She used to like to bring milk, all the boys milk to the yard, whatever. You knew that. And then you wifed her, right?
Yeah.
And then now when the traits come back up, you're not blaming her for being a hoe.
Ash,
What
you're
are you talking
making
about?
you're making assumptions there.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're assuming
people-
that people who cheat, you can see it in their actions.
Yeah.
Because imagine
Yeah.
this. How many stories have we heard of pastors cheating, pastors' wives being caught cheating,
There's
deacons?
something
and-
lacking.
No,
Costa.
guys.
There's
Sometimes-
something
My
lacking.
decision.
Sometimes
If
it's
you-
got nothing to do with the relationship.
Yeah,
Something
It's just a
lacking.
decision.
it's
You-
a decision.
Iweweka,
At
wa-
the end of the
umuntu wakho
day, it's a
unomzila.
decision.
You must know the person you're marrying.
No.
Yes.
Ash,
You
you're
understand?
assuming
I
that
think-
everything you see from a person that they show you is
Yeah.
the completeness of who they are. They have desires. People have desires in them that we don't know,
Exactly.
that no one else can see.
So-
maybe Tavi is dreaming of becoming a mathematician, but he never verbalizes or says it.
Yes.
Maybe someone likes little girls, but
He never verbalizes.
never verbalizes. Maybe your wife might be all churchy, all of that, does all the things that checks all the boxes, was not part of the guys who were bringing all the boys to the yard, and she still has secret desires. It happens.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Exactly.
No, I
It
know.
has nothing to
But
do
what
with
I'm
the
And
other
it has
partner.
nothing to do with the other party.
Listen
Muna
to me.
anengaita decision.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Someone
They-
decides. An
They just
opportunity.
gotta be.
Yeah, an opportunity
hey, I
presents
get you.
itself, and they make a choice to
I
either
get
go
you.
with it
Yeah.
or not.
I get you. We're 100%. We're together there.
All right.
All I'm trying to say is that in some cases, even though you're saying,
Kuna,
All right.
guys.
I'm
Do you know
telling
what?
you.
Do you know what? Okay,
I'm telling you,
Ash.
it's as simple as
I've-
this.
I've-
You are the product of your environment. You always
Ash.
are. There's
Ash.
it's science. It's not even emotional. You're the product of your environment. That's why you remember that experiment that we were talking about. There were some fleas.
Yes.
You know the flea
Yeah,
experiment.
Costa gave us.
It's about the environment that you're in. If you create that environment where
All right.
the toxicity happens, right?
Yes.
All I'm saying is this: it's not, when someone gets cheated on, it's not always the case that the person that got cheated on is the victim. It's not always the case. It's not always the case.
It depends how you define
It's
it.
not
Sha.
always the case.
It depends
Let me-
how you define it.
Can what cheated? It's a bad thing. You've been cheated on. But also introspect. Do you know
Guys,
what it is? It's
guys,
like, it's like
Akubatanidza ma-issues.
Children.
Guys, because
Ah,
you
but
know
this
what?
brother needs my issues.
Akubatanidza
You know what?
ma
Because
issues.
in Iniga, okay.
If
Yeah.
according to the law,
Yeah.
if bringing it back to the rape thing,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. This chick could have been wearing a bikini in the middle of
get it.
downtown.
She could be topless.
Legally.
I
It's
get it.
Legally.
I get it. But
You are
okay,
not
let me
allowed
put it
to rape.
Let me put it to this way.
Uh-huh.
Let me put it to you this way. It's unwise for you to create.
Of course.
It's unwise
I know, but
for you to create
But
an
you know what,
environment
Ash?
where
Ash, you know
we are
what, Ash?
making an
your
assumption.
woman-
All right. In
Yeah.
fact, this is a good example.
Mm.
A chick dumped you
Mm.
for being too nice.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you explain that?
That's not what she needed.
What environment did you create
Yes.
for her
That's
to
not
do
what she
that?
needed. If I wanted her, I should have created the environment. If I wanted
So
her,
how do you know?
I should
How
have
would you know?
created the
How
environment.
would you know that he wants? She wants somebody who be hitting her
Because
with
you all
whips and
Ash-
shit.
Ash-
She done told me.
Remember.
You're too nice. She told me,
Remember,
and I
Ash,
didn't want to listen.
but
And then what? Bruh.
Okay.
All right.
What I'm trying to say to you is
let's
this.
agree to disagree.
No, all right.
and
Like,
move on.
listen.
You know,
listen. If okay, you guys are you're looking at it from one side. Your side.
No, I'm looking from both sides.
No, you can't be looking at it from both sides because if I'm saying to you, Tavi, I don't like you. Okay,
Yeah.
do you want? Okay, let's say it's a chick. She's asking you,
Yeah.
Tavi, do you want to be my partner? And you say yes.
Yes.
And she tells you, I don't like nice guys. Are you willing to change for me? And what do you say? And then you say no or yes, right? Then from that moment on, you now know Murimbo, you are now on the same page. Whether or not you're gonna be a nice guy or not, but she done told you. And you're gonna say to her, no, I like nice girls. And then she's like, I'm not gonna be a
But
nice girl.
Ash,
But then don't
you're married. Let's say you're married.
you have to get those decisions before mufana kutaura namusati matanga urundisere
Guys.
ndo pakuvheta munhu wako. Don't just marry
Yeah,
people for
remember when
jack.
Costa spoke about that whole communication, like a driver's license thing that people need to go through before getting married?
That's exactly
I
it.
think so.
You know I'm saying
But,
that. People,
no, Ash.
No, what do you mean no? Dude, if you okay, why are you getting
You know
married?
what?
Okay,
Okay.
give me a good reason. Tell me the reason why you got married.
Okay, that's a difficult.
Okay, either way.
Okay, the reason why I got married.
Wait. Let me not put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because what I did was we went out and I analyzed, and she analyzed her situation. Say there are certain thresholds I can tolerate of this guy, and there's certain threshold I can tolerate of this woman. That there won't be deal breakers even if we're not older. Certain thresholds. Then there are deal breakers that we spoke about before we started the relationship. This, if you do, I'm out. That, if you do, I'm out. But in between, there's a spectrum we can work with. This is a problem with people getting married today. They're not talking about these things before they start. When in a marriage, I'm a nice guy.
Right.
So you must just wait. I'm a nice guy. You must just love me because I'm a nice guy. The girl doesn't want a nice guy.
So you're saying if we're getting into a relationship,
You must
we
vet
need
each other.
we need to have a clause that says, if this happens, the relationship is over. If this happens,
This also,
we terminate the contract.
No, the prenup.
Guys,
No,
I think,
prenup.
I think you're being mechanical here. I'll tell
I
you
think it
why.
doesn't work like that.
There's certain things. I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll give myself as an example.
I've got a perfect
I'll
marriage.
give myself as an example. No, I'll give
Because I
myself.
went
I
through
get
this.
you, Ash. I used to believe in that. I give myself an example. There's things that I've seen myself evolve into as I got older. Even this whole deal breaker thing. There's things that I used to say, this is a deal breaker. But now that I'm 45 this year, I look back and I'm like, maybe it isn't. Maybe I was shallow.
Maybe.
I remember,
Exactly.
I remember even your wife telling me this when you were still that, Tavi, you're shallow. Because I think she tried to hook me up with one of her friends, and I'm like, no, she doesn't look like this and this and that.
There was a certain-
yeah.
You know what?
And she actually said, Tavi, you're shallow. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I think I was shallow. There's more to life than a Megan good body.
Do you know what? Just to add to what Tabi is saying, I agree with what you're saying. And for me, this is why, even with what you're saying, the agreement that you had, Ash, with your wife, when things happen, Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face.
Everyone has
I love that line. I love that line. That's
you
still.
punch in the face.
Yeah.
Then you're like,
Like,
shit.
You were Ash, and it. All right, maybe let me finish off with what Tabi said. I agree in that things are not always what we agree to, one, and are not always what we see, two. And bringing it to you, you can have an agreement that says, she says, no, if you flirt, I walk away. Or whatever agreement you guys have.
Yeah.
or if you shout at
Do
my
you
mom.
know that? Do you know that? Because of the time that you've spent together, because of all the investments you've made, the children, all the memories you've created, if that thing that she said is a deal breaker happens, there is a high chance, a very high probability that she was not going to walk away.
Yes.
Because of all the experiences that you've had.
Exactly.
And life is not, I
linear.
think, yes, and then bringing it back to the topic, I think it's also important to have that context, Yakuti. Life is not, it's not like, how do I explain it? It's not like black and white sometimes.
Yep.
Sometimes there are nuances where you can agree to move on. But the challenge that happens sometimes is when you start thinking, what would the boys say? What would my mom say? What would Ningi say? The people who you talk to, they sometimes are not part of the memories you've created with this person.
Yeah.
They don't know how valuable this person is. Like a lot of the times, people make assumptions when it comes to couples. Tavi's the one who makes the most money, or his wife is the one who makes the most money. And their judgments and decisions are based on their assumptions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the advice they give is based off that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, maybe because Tavi's wife is quiet, we don't know.
Yeah. We
She's
assume-
the one who's running things, and we don't even know.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you think, your boy is the one
Yeah.
who's
You think he's the main.
he's the main man.
He's bringing
Yeah.
in the
And then your
bacon.
advice is based off
Your own experiences.
your advice will be based off a faulty assumption.
Exactly.
So for me, I feel like when it comes to these things, like the first steps that we mentioned, walk away, find a good person to talk to, and just have it in your mind that it's not black and white.
Yeah.
It's not black and white. Sometimes you have to consider your kids. Sometimes you have to consider, because you also make assumptions that I can say you built a life together economically. There's a house, properties, or whatever. You are making assumptions that you can do it again, because success is like a factor of your environment.
Exactly.
There are things that may have happened in the economy
Yeah.
that have nothing to do with you. They might have luck, might have accounted for 30%. Recreating that exact situation sometimes is not.
Can I ask one question?
Uh-huh.
It's gonna sound weird. But this whole cheating thing, I've thought about it a lot
Yeah.
because back when I was younger, I went through a lot of things, and it's something that I realized. Okay, if let's say today, God forbid, me and my wife we split up because of cheating, right? Then she gets okay. Wait, let me put it to you this way. Let's just say let's not use our real people. A guy has a girlfriend, and he wants to marry this girlfriend, but he knows she's a serial cheater, and he marries her anyway.
How does he know?
He knows because she's been around.
That's also relative.
Okay,
let's
let's
just
just
assume.
assume.
Okay.
Let's just assume.
Kanye Kim.
Okay, let's just assume, Kuti.
All right.
You. Okay,
Okay, I get you,
wakasangana
yeah.
ukubhawa and
Let's
da,
assume,
da, da,
yeah,
da. Let's
yeah,
just assume
yeah.
she knows a
Alright.
lot of people. Blah blah blah.
Alright, yeah.
Right. And then she marries you, right? And you, for whatever reason, she changes and she never ever cheats on you ever again.
Yeah.
But then in your mind, you're thinking, she's probably cheating. You're tanga kuchita.
Yeah.
Right. So the point I'm trying to make is that the environment with which that was created can change a person.
But there's a decision that was made.
Yes, I understand that. But do not then say, Guti, you're not involved in making that environment.
No. Okay.
Because
all right.
they're not
can I
living
give-
in a vacuum.
I
There's
understand.
reason
I
why
understand
they're
that.
doing what they're
Can
doing.
I give an example that?
Even though they're evil, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Let's say they're 100% evil.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, maybe they're 100%
Yeah.
evil.
Catch her, she walking
it-
in back.
Let's say they're 100% evil.
Yeah.
But it's in some way, you cannot divorce yourself for being involved in the way that they became. You can't, because you're literally lying to yourself.
I think maybe
You
that's
can't.
another episode. I think that's
You know
another
what?
episode.
You can't, because the environment you create. Because kana munhu achichita
Yeah.
inomuenabla kuti achite.
Oh,
Somewhere,
you think so?
somehow.
It's enabling.
I'm just saying, Kuti,
No,
you cannot
guys,
say.
Yeah.
Well, okay, never mind. What I'm trying to say is this: it's not your fault you're getting cheated on.
All right.
It's not your fault. Please don't cheat as
Yeah.
much as possible.
Yeah. Exactly.
But if you do get caught, it wasn't me. What was that thing?
I think
called?
you gotta take accountability
Just take
You have to
accountability.
take accountability.
Just take accountability.
of your actions.
Yeah.
That's the
Exactly.
only way to be better.
Exactly. Take accountability. Walk away. For real, that's a very
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Because
Seek
you
help.
will get into a situation where you can't get out of.
Yes.
And what.
Yeah.
And then your children are buggered, you're buggered, and
Yeah.
become something else.
I think this deserves a part 2. But for now,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
if you take those few pointers,
Hey, it'd be great to hear your comments.
Oh my God.
In the comments.
This was a
section
heated
below.
one. I think this is one of the most heated ones.
I'm too bubbling under right now.
You all say some more. So part 2 may be coming up, guys.
and remember, we're just saying,
We just saying,
Just saying.
especially us, he's just
I
saying.
am just saying. Guys, I am just saying.
Get the vibe.
So remember to like, share, subscribe.
Comment.
Comments.
Yeah.
And when the t-shirts come
Buy the
Yes,
merch.
By the match.
Buy the merch.
Yeah.
remember, we're
From
just
Just
saying.
We-